Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Welcome into the card closet for another episode. Being episode 369, we're going to have a fun guest card looking in with us today. And that'll be the 1999 Topps Rookie Gold Cup card of Todd Helton. Todd Helton had 369 career home runs. So he will be our guest for episode 369. Interesting thing, this is Helton's fourth Topps flagship card. First one was in 1993 when he was on Team USA. Then he disappeared for a few years and showed up again in 96. And then again in 97 or 98, I forget which one. 98, I think it was. And then finally in 1999 here, he shows up with the Rookie Cup. So we'll just put Todd in the background here and he can kind of watch. Todd Helton, I would say, is probably one of the handful of players that are not in the Hall of Fame that I think should be in the Hall of Fame. I tend to be a small hall guy. There's probably a couple dozen people in the Hall of Fame that I think should not be in the Hall of Fame. But on the flip side, got Helton. We've got Tommy John. We've got Pete Rose would be my top three that should be in that aren't in. Anyway, this episode is about a trip I made to my local card shop the other day, Triple Play Sports Cards. And you might know that name. Triple Play is one of the top 2 or 3 sellers on Beckett.com. I'm pretty sure Burbank is number 1, and then I think Triple Play's 2 or 3. And there's another seller that's right around that 1.1, 1.2 million card inventory, along with Dennis. But highly recommend you check out Triple Play Sports Cards. It's a great place. They recently doubled their size of their store, their brick and mortar building, and it's a lot more spacious in there. And they've gotten more dime boxes and quarter boxes, all kinds of boxes dedicated to certain players and certain teams. And then there's always their inventory that's online. And what I do is I buy my Triple Play cards online on Beckett.com, and then to save shipping, I just do a local pickup. So that was the main reason I went in there. I had picked up 2003 Bowman Chrome X-Fractor of Shea Hillenbrand. And then I think this is 2002, 2003, or maybe 3-4. Finest X-Fractor of Chucky Atkins. So when my next COM-C order comes in, I'm going to talk a little bit more about X-Fractors. Because Topps has gotten really lazy with their refractors and they don't etch anymore, I'm upgrading everything to X-Fractors now instead. So going back and picking those up. So that's why I walked in. Of course, when you're in there, you got to look around. I did pick up a couple one touches there. And then I went over to a box. He's got a couple interesting boxes right by the cash register. And I love this concept. It's called the Dropbox. And there's a bunch of cards in there, all eras, all different brands. And I'm not sure how they end up in the box, but they're cards apparently that didn't sell. And every week, the price drops on every card in the box. So it's kind of a game. You're like, okay, I want that card. Do I think it'll be around next week and I'll get it for cheaper? And then the next week comes and you think, well, maybe if I wait another week, it'll get cheaper. But eventually somebody's going to buy it because they think it's low enough. So it's kind of, like I said, a game. How low do you want to risk things going? And I picked up 3 cards. First one I picked up was this Topps Tribute of Carl Yastrzemski. And it's got the refractor finish on it. But see how it was $8? And then see the depth of these stickers here? So every week the price got lowered and lowered and lowered. and it was at $1.75, and I thought, you know what, it's worth that. You know, if I wait any longer, somebody else will gobble it up. So you can see that the stack of price tags gets deeper and deeper as time goes on and the Dropbox keeps lowering its price. This one here I'm pretty excited about. It's a 1961 Harman Killebrew, decent eye appeal, $60 card. He had it in the Dropbox for $10. It doesn't feel like there's any other stickers underneath it, so I think he started at $10, and who knows how long it would have stuck around if I hadn't bought it at $10. But I thought that was a good deal. I'm, quietly starting to pick up 1961 Topps cards when I can. I like that set. And then here's another biggie. I don't have enough Sandy Koufax playing day cards, so I picked up his 1966 in the Dropbox. Started at 100. There's 2 or 3 stickers here, so I can tell it's been dropped several times. I thought $23 for this card, and nice centered, and the corners are not perfect, but that's good eye appeal for me. So I picked up Sandy 1966 Topps. So that's the damage I did at the Triple Play Sports Cards. The owner's name is Dennis, and he's got a staff. There's a number of younger guys that work there for him, but I've known Dennis now. I've been a customer of his, since he first opened his card shop in a grocery store in town 20-some years ago. And so he and I were chatting, and I told him about my all-time Red Sox collection that I've got going for a project right now. And he told me about his project. He's picking up the complete 1967 Topps set in PSA 7. And he's down to 2 left. And he's also got some monster cards in his collection that he actually went to the back room and brought some of them out for me to see. Lou Gehrig card from the 20s that was autographed, just incredible. And some other ones he had too. But Triple Play Sports Cards, very glad that I've got a local card shop of that caliber not too far from where I live. Let's see what else has been coming in the mail here. Here's a couple that I was happy to get. They came as a duo in an auction on eBay. So you all know I'm working on that 1957 Topps set. With these 2 cards, I'm at 75.2% complete. I think Dobie's in the Hall of Fame, so these were, a couple, dare I say, lower end Hall of Famers that I knew I'd never get, in a lot probably, or in a trade. So I picked them up, pretty good price on eBay. Don't need graded copies of those guys. So I was happy to get those. Switching over to basketball here, Lakers completed the 4-2 win over the Warriors last night. I was happy about that. Here's a LeBron Panini National Convention Hyper. LeBron prices continue to come down, even though he's now the all-time scoring leader. And he's in the news a lot with the playoff exploits that the Lakers are doing right now. So it's kind of nice to pick up some of those. I've mentioned before, getting a little LeBron weary, but the ones I had on my want list, I'll continue to fill those out. And finally, I love this card. This is a 2004-2005 Topps Chrome X-Fractor of Karl Malone. 3rd all-time leading scorer in NBA history. Just look at that shine. Numbered to 110. So like I said, I'm swapping out my refractors for X-Fractors and upgrading them. So this is one that I needed to do that with. So really like that card. All right, we're hitting 9.5 minutes here. I'm gonna check out, but hope you're all having a good weekend here on this Saturday. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you all. Bye.